Battlefield 5 has just been revealed on May 23rd. The setting is World War II, and a trailer and several screenshots have been shown off to the world. So, today, we'll be taking an in-depth historical look at the Battlefield 5 trailer and the screenshots provided. Based on what little we can see here, this is a Churchill Mark 7 heavy tank. I'm just going to ignore the rest of the inaccuracies here and point out that this is a Thompson M1A1. Here we have two vehicles, what looks to be a Churchill AVRE and a Churchill gun carrier. The Churchill gun carrier wasn't actually used in service, so I don't know what it's doing here. So this guy is clearly carrying a brand new light machine gun and a katana, I guess? I guess that kind of hints at a Pacific campaign, but I don't know why he has it.
Hello, old friend. Yeah.
Clearly, this woman is immortal because she just took a shot right to the heart, and she's back, and now she has a Lee Enfield instead of a Thompson? I don't know. It's kind of a bad shot, I know, but this appears to be a Sonnenkraftfahrzeug 2, better known as a Kettenkrad, captured by Allied forces. In this shot is a Valentine tank, apparently towing a German 20mm Flak 38. I don't really know. Why not a Bofors? This aircraft appears to be a German Bf-109 fighter. The red, I believe, signifies Defense of the Reich colors, so I don't know what it's doing with those colors in the countryside of Normandy. Here, we get a brief glimpse of the German Tiger I heavy tank, one of the most powerful tanks Germany fielded during the war. Here, we see another Bf-109, or it might be the same one and my colors are wrong, crashing near the bridge, and it's about to slowly come to a halt. Here, our soldier picks up a German MG-42, which was confirmed by the developers to be included as a support weapon in the game. There is a lot going on in this picture. First, the soldier in the foreground is stacking sandbags. The soldier behind him is using a Piat anti-tank launcher. And behind him, there are soldiers using a German 75mm PaK-40 anti-tank gun. There's just so much going on in this picture that I'm not going to even bother going over all of it. But in the background, you can see a battle while a British Spitfire fighter flies overhead.
Watching grenade! I got you back.
So this shot is pretty ridiculous. He shoots the grenade out of midair just as the 109 flies by and somehow shoots down the 109 with the explosion. In this shot, you can see a British Bristol Blenheim heavy fighter / medium bomber and the opening sounds of an incoming V1 flying bomb. And here comes the V1 with its distinctive pulse jet shape and the distinctive sound coming from that pulse jet. I'm not sure what it's doing being shot into France, but whatever. It's our boy from the short little teaser, and an obvious reference to the Battle of Ramelle in Saving Private Ryan. I'm not sure how historical a cricket bat with chains on it is in this context, but damn, that guy just got his face utterly smashed in.
Hello, old friend.
This shot shows paratroopers dropping in from Douglas C-47 Skytrain transports. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look and see what the screenshots have to offer that the trailer did not already show us. This is the cover art for Battlefield 5. In the foreground is a woman holding a 1911 and what I think is a Thompson. I'm not sure though. Behind her is a Tiger tank and several aircraft in the air, including a Bf-109. In this shot, we have a group of German tanks advancing on a town. The two turreted tanks shown in the shot are Panzer IVs, while on the far left is a Hummel self-propelled gun, using a 150mm howitzer. In this shot is a desert outpost, confirming the North Africa location as a playing area in Battlefield 5. This shot shows a German Ju-87G Stuka dive bomber armed with two 37mm cannon and several 7.92mm machine guns behind a British Spitfire fighter. This shot shows a bruised and battered Panzer IV having lost most of its side skirts additions. This Panzer IV was armed with a 75mm KWK-40 gun and had around 80mm of armor at the front. This shot shows a Bristol Blenheim of the heavy fighter variant armed with four 7.7mm machine guns in the nose instead of its bombardier position. It is escorted by two Spitfires, and they're flying through some pretty heavy flak. This shot has a lot going on in it. In the background is a Spitfire and paratroopers dropping in, while Churchill's support some infantry with a Valentine tank in the foreground. This scene shows paratroopers landing at what I believe is Arnhem, maybe Rotterdam, I'm not sure. But there's also a German Focke-Wulf 190 fighter in the frame to the left center. These two pictures seem to depict a ruined city with fighting going on in that ruined city. In the back there, I believe, is an M4 Sherman behind that lamppost. Then we get to the fighting picture. One soldier is holding a 1911. The soldier behind him is holding an M1A1 Thompson. This scene depicts a French or Italian town. I'm not sure based on the boats there, the architecture style, that kind of thing. Behind that big building in the center appears to be some sort of radar station. I'm not exactly sure what kind of revolver this woman is holding, but it's a pretty powerful picture just from the concept art alone. I originally thought it was a Liberator 45, which was an American single-shot pistol designed for resistance members to do like assassinations and stuff. But you can clearly see that there is a revolver mechanism on it. This is nothing really special. It's pictured just coincided with the confirmation that War Stories would be returning to Battlefield 5. And this is the first war story that's been revealed to us about a Norwegian resistance fighter. This rocket launcher vehicle is called the Verframen 40, built on the basis of the Sundkraftfartyg 251 half-track. Call of Duty 2 called this a Panzerwerfer, but that is a completely different vehicle. For reference, this is a Panzerwerfer, built on the chassis of a Multier half-track. This monstrosity is the German Sturmtiger heavy assault gun, armed with a 380mm rocket launcher. It was pretty devastating. And the round was so big that you had to go outside of the tank and use a crane to reload the gun. This is a close-up of the Churchill AVRE engineering vehicle, armed with a 165mm demolition mortar. This screenshot shows the new division mechanic, showing that all of the main classes are returning. We also have images showing the armored car, medium tank, and heavy tank, along with the fighter, heavy fighter or ground support, and the bomber. You can see in the screenshot that each soldier has their own weapon. The soldier on the far right, I believe, has a Gewehr 41. The lady in the middle has a Type 100, maybe an MP28. The soldier on the left has an MG42, and in the way back there is a soldier with a Bren. And for our last screenshot today, we'll be taking a look at the weapons that this squad is holding. On the far right is a Thompson submachine gun. In the middle there, I believe that is the Gewehr 41 again. Middle left, Lee Enfield scoped, and finally on the far left, a Bren once again.